Good evening, everyone. Camera's a bit cockeyed. I am Jad. Hi, Richard. How are you all this evening? Hi, Tracy. Oh, God. Right. So,
different background.
I'm going to put the link in for Tracy, and as I always say, sitting right. That link is for Tracy's benefit only. So there you go, Tracy. That's the link. There's a sticker, clicker, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, 2 easy-ish things. That's the thing. I meant to check that banana. Has it gone a bit? Oh no, that's flour. Baby.
That need
It's gonna, because I did it this afternoon. It's gone a bit. Just empty me this and bring me another banana in and a fork, please. It's gone a bit black. That's because I did it this afternoon. So yeah, Tracy, just click on the link.
dodgy, doesn't it?
I were in 2 minds whether or not to do it this afternoon. I thought, sod it, I'm going to do it. And yeah, I don't like look on it. So yeah, all I did were, I mean, I've got an immersion blender like what Tracy's got, but I couldn't be asked to get it out of the cupboard. So I just moshed it up with a fork. So if I do it, so I don't actually need it. We're doing the blondies first. So don't picture Tracy.
Why?
There's no picture, just your audio. I think Johnny's there actually. Hello. 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 Hello.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I can't see you.
How do I get a picture to come on then? Johnny's upstairs. If you might be a little bit angry for time to come down, I'll see if I can do it myself. I'm not used to it on this one because you're on a different one, aren't you? Again.
Yeah. We see mine are across bottom, you see, and you just click on camera. They should somewhere along the line. There should be a
camera.
A
A
fork,
minute.
baby. A fork, not my camera.
You're in the show. Everyone can
Take that,
see.
baby.
Oh, yeah.
Take that.
I've
Yeah.
done it.
Yeah.
But it's on me. I think it's on my laptop camera. My other camera. Come on.
Will it be in settings?
Oh, wait a minute. I'm just.
Yeah, because it's ever so dark. Hi, Karen. It's all right. We're just trying to set Tracy's camera up without disturbing Johnny. Is there a settings thing where you can change cameras over? So you've got some kind of picture, but there's no, you can tell it's your laptop camera. You don't want to go and disturb Johnny. See?
Oh, so is his back still hurting him?
It's on the laptop camera, and she wants it on the external one. It'll come up with name. It should come up with the name of your camera. I think she might have to go and fetch Johnny. You know, the main man. Yeah, I'm all right. Karen, are you?
Why is it on for review?
Hmm?
Oh, the X. That's why.
What?
Hell for review.
I don't think Tracy can work it out. I think might have to bite bullet, Tracy, and go and get Johnny. Ah, is he now?
I've got to put X in cannabis. It keeps on
Yeah,
coming up for
Johnny's. There's no sound on that one, you see. You know, on camera, on laptop, I don't think there's any sound. Oh, gone. The back. I'm glad for once it's not me having technical problems. Oh, God, I shouldn't have said that, should I?
You know.
But oh, we don't go because our Callum's not all that interested in Halloween and whatever. We don't bother. Since I've been doing YouTube, I've sort of, embraced it and sort of bought different things. You know what I mean? So, just waiting for Tracy to come back. Sorry about the delay, folks. It's like I bought wigs and I bought a witch's hat last year, and I've got different headbands. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm not going buying out this year. And this time next week will be on as Ollie Bob's. So there'll not be no baking next week unless Tracy's baking, I'm afraid. So, yeah, I'll have to do without me for a week. Well, Monday to Friday. So, yeah. I'll probably go live at some point, but it'll just be a normal live. We're back. Hello.
Hello. Hang on, just Keen's having a flap upstairs. Right, he didn't recognise the camera, so I had to restart him. I don't know what she's putting this bloody laptop though. It's on, Trey.
Oh, is it?
But where are you putting this camera now?
I'm putting it where I had it a minute ago.
You can't, it won't reach.
It will. I'll move the chair forward.
Right, anyway, here.
Right. Right, take that camera back upstairs.
Right, we're on, Jeanette.
Oh.
What was she screaming at?
Because there was a spider in the bathroom. I'm just hoping that it will go back where it normally goes, because I have to put it in a different...
Well, it might work now if I move it to the wall.
No. It'll just do it like this sideways. You can see my bowl, I think.
Can you see a bowl?
Sure, if I move
Yeah.
it over.
Right. Can you
Just
go?
move it down a bit, Trey. That's it.
What, you're going to knock the cup off?
What?
Your
What cup?
shelf are moving then? Right, see you later.
See you later. Is it go upstairs for your other camera just in case?
Right, we're making Blondies first.
You stop screaming at me, punch it in the wall.
Okie dokie.
So, we've got to melt the 175 grams of butter, baby.
Of butter. Right, I'll get some to put that in.
I'll grab hold of it.
What biscuit? Hang on a minute. Let me just
So that's 100. Let me just turn my camera, the other camera on.
Just put this in here.
So yeah, so this is 175 grams of butter. It's got to be melted.
Jet spin.
Oh.
Jet spin.
Thank you, my dear. So into this bowl you need 125 grams of light brown sugar. Biscuit. Chris is pleased tonight because there's not many ingredients.
Yeah. Oh, let me just put my camera back down.
E.g., not many pots to wash.
sugar. Oh, you need me.
Yeah, I did a banana earlier on, and it went a bit black. So I've got these is the ones that Chris got me. I mean, you can see they're well ripened. I says,
Butter's melted.
sorry, Karen, but yeah, we're just starting to do the baking, so I'm not adding anybody else until afterwards.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That might be Kyle. What?
No, it's Karen.
Oh,
Crypto.
So I can't add you until afterwards. And anyway, sorry, Karen. Hey, Crypto, how are you? So
hey,
first things first, we're gonna mix.
oh, we're going to put the butter in with the sugar.
Yeah, the melted butter in with the sugar, and beat until smooth. Hi, Priya. How are you?
Oh, it's off.
Who's off? Hi, Johnny. So now it says add the eggs one at a time and mix well with the help of a spatula. I'm mixing it with my mixer, so.
Yeah.
Hi, Tim.
One at a time. You put one in at a time.
Wait, that's what it says.
Oh, I've got all three here. One.
I don't think it makes any difference, Tracy.
No. Right.
Now it says, right, so I'll just put that to one side. So I'm putting all my, all my, my cinnamon and nutmeg and cloves and ginger and baking powder into the flour. So this is 275 grams of plain flour. And a teaspoon of baking powder. Now I've mixed all my spices together already. So in here, there's 1.5 teaspoons of ground ginger, a teaspoon of cinnamon, half a teaspoon of ground ground nutmeg and half a teaspoon of ground cloves. Now I've mixed them all together, look. Instead of sort of making more parts, I've you know, mixed them all together. So, in my banana flying. Just going to mix that together in with the flour. Now the oven should already be on 180 degrees centigrade, 160 degrees for a fan assisted oven or gas mark 4. And now that's all mixed together. So and fold that into the butter and egg mixture. Oops, I've got it all outside of me.
So have you poured your flour in now then?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've poured all my flour mixture into my thing that says to fold it in.
I'm the spatula. So I'm just going to use this one.
So this is 150 grams of white chocolate chips. And this goes into the mixture. And we're going to fold these in again. And now we're going to tip it into a 23 centimetre by 23 centimetre baking tin tray, or whatever it says.
Oh.
As they say, that is that, folks. Now this geek needs going in the oven for 20 minutes. Baby.
Right?
What's going in for 20 minutes?
Oh, it's one of them. No, so the cheeks all right.
Well, it says for about 20 minutes, but I'm going to put it on for 20 minutes anyway. Look at that. Yeah. Obviously, I've got some white chocolate left for top when it's cooked. You melt some chocolate. Put that down there for now.
Hey! Outside.
All right. I'm just going to mash my banana. Banana. Some kids are outside. Baby.
Mm.
I was like, there's some kids still outside.
Don't surprise me one little bit.
Can you? God. It's been a very windy, but it's been nice, if you know what I mean.
With the on and off.
Yeah, on and off.
Yeah.
This is just one ripe banana that you need. See, this is all I did this afternoon with just mash it with a fork. Couldn't be asked to get the immersion blender out just for this. So yeah, it's been okay-ish, if you know what I mean. At least it's not, it hasn't been raining.
That was mine. What I did earlier with that. Do you know that? Do you know this here?
We blend a bit on.
Do you know the attachment?
We see, I've got that, but I thought just for the sake of one banana, I couldn't be asked to get it out of the cupboard. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, there's just a couple of little small tiny lumps, but not many. And it's just like a puree.
So I need this butter melting, please. So that is not very much, really. A quarter of a cup of butter melted, or 58 grams. Not very much.
Oh, it's in that bowl.
I'll put it in one of others. Oh. Oh, pardon me. So this is obviously one mashed banana. You put this in your mixing bowl or whatever it is you're mixing it in. And
so where have you got to then, Jeanette? I've melted my butter.
yeah, Chris is just melting mine.
What have you got in your bowl there?
My banana, and this is half a cup of granulated sugar or 100 grams, so that's going in there as well.
I just get somebody a drugs.
Okay.
Go forward. I'm going out for with them now. Don't do anything, you don't get it now. Oui.
So we're going to mix this together. Now, that is 1 cup of all-purpose flour, plain flour, or 130 grams, and a 1/4 teaspoon of bicarb of soda, and salt if you're using it. I don't use salt. I never use salt in it. I'm going to whisk them together.
Do you have to put salt in,
No,
Jeanette?
well, whenever it says salt, Tracy, I never put it in, and it ain't no detriment to the outcome, if you know what I mean.
Right. Yeah, well, I haven't put it in neither. I've got salt.
You see, I've got a little
just...
tiny pot like that in case somebody comes to us and, and need, for every eventuality. But we've haven't had salt for years now, Tracy.
Oh.
We haven't had salt for years. So now we're going to add the flour and the bicarb to this mixture. Did I say that was 1 cup of flour? Now, in this recipe, it does say the chocolate chips is optional, but we've both gone for the chocolate. Well, I think you were using milk chocolate, aren't you, Tracy? You going for milk chocolate, aren't you?
Yeah. Because I didn't. You think when I'm looking today, it just said.
It does say
chocolate chips. So I thought
it
chocolate.
Just says.
Oh, I could have got all white
Half
chocolate.
a cup of chocolate chips optional. So it don't specify whether it's white or milk. So because I were weighing white chocolate chips out anyway, that's why I went for. I mean, I can't see you this making a deal. It's not very much, is it?
Oh, could do with a bit more flour.
So, yeah.
I think I'll only get about 8. I don't know how many
Well,
we'll
yes,
get
it
out
just
of
says drop tablespoons of dough onto the prepared baking sheet about 2 inches apart. Flatten slightly. So this is 90 grams, and I'm using white chocolate chips.
A bit more chocolate.
I know what you're saying, Tracy. There does seem more chocolate than dough, if you know what I mean. But yeah, it does seem a very wet.
Yeah, it is
Yeah,
wet, isn't
very
it?
wet.
I'm just going to use a spoon and, like you said, and just spoon it onto the tray.
We see I've got my ice cream scoop.
Well, I've already got that bit of mix.
Yeah, I'm going to say it hasn't made much, Tracy. So I thought, well, rather than...
Well, I've got some chocolate chips left for Madam. Or I might just mix it with and put onto other, I don't know. Right, where's my tray?
But yeah, it doesn't specify what chocolate chips to use, but same as I say, I've got chocolate chips out anyway for other ones, so
wait for that to cook.
So I went with white ones.
Mine's only this little tray what fits in that little oven.
So it just says drop tablespoons of the dough onto the baking sheet. Now I've done 2 just in case. Baking sheets, I mean. But I suppose.
Is it gonna spread out, you think?
I mean, if you look at the picture, it you know what I mean. But you never know. You know what I mean. But Johnny says he's bought you some what is it? Knife, forks, and spoons. Oh, at boot sale.
Yeah. I'm not going to get some new ones, but they're pretty
why I'm
right,
using my scoop, Tracy, because I'm just blobbing it on.
Yeah, I've got an ice cream scoop here in my hand, but it's not unlike yours with that spring that pops it out. It's just a normal ice cream scoop.
I mean, it don't seem too bad.
I'm going to get another spoon.
But yeah, it don't seem too bad of a mixture in grand scheme of things. I bet it'll only make about a dozen, if that. I suppose if you want any more than what it makes, you double your
flour. Yeah, double as flour, won't we?
You know, I would say just double the recipe.
I think I might get about 8. I don't know.
You know, just double. You see, mine don't seem as big as yours.
Anyway, I'm sick of things getting wasted in this house, so if they get eaten, I can always make some more.
That's it. I might have to use my second tray after all.
I might start off with 4 on this tray.
When I say I've managed 8 on that one.
And then I've still got that mix there to make some more.
I wondered if I can, because it just seems pointless. I've probably just got enough for another one. So I might have to try and see if I can squeeze it on that. Just seems a bit pointless. Dirtying another. No, Tim. Don't have salt at all. We haven't done for years.
All it's salt we have is when we have McDonald's chips.
Yeah. I'll try and get this to fit on somehow. I think mine's made about 9, Tracy.
Yeah, I might get quite a bit about
I'm gonna
like next one.
Try and move these so they.
But we'll see.
So the you know what I mean, a level distance between each other. So yeah, it's made 9. I mean, I did 2 baking sheets just in case.
Yeah. I mean, if she likes them, because she went, oh, banana cookies. So I say, yeah, you like bananas, and you like cookies, and you like chocolates. It'll all be
now
together.
these, it says
If you get eaten, then I suppose get some more.
bake between 10 and 12 minutes. So, in my estimation, I reckon about 11. I will go somewhere in between.
Yeah. When we get Tina's bed, the next thing on the list is me and no cooker.
Yeah. Nah, I do like vinegar on my chips, but I don't have salt on my chips.
Oh yeah, I like vinegar and salt, just a bit of salt, not a lot.
Yeah, no, we don't have salt at all.
And when I cook my veg, like fresh vegetables.
Oh no, we don't.
Like cabbage and stuff like that.
It don't go anything. Yeah, I've got it. I've got a little it's sacks of salt, but that's just in case. Let's say somebody comes and
you can tell the difference if I haven't got no salt on that cook Sunday dinner with vegetables, and you can't put a bit of salt on your dinner. You can tell the difference. Sometimes I prefer it without. It just depends how I feel when I'm cooking. Oops. It's just a part of a bit of water.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, we haven't had it for years, salt. So that's that. That's another one done. The other one's got about 2 minutes. Chips with this vinegar. Yeah. Oh, I tell you something. You know, when I were a kid, I used to go to local chippy. And I used to have onion vinegar. You know, vinegar that's left, you know.
I tell you what I like, Jeanette. When I go to chippy now and I get like fish and chips or whatever with chips, I ask for scraps and then I put vinegar on top of scraps for it to soak in when I get home.
Yeah, that's when I discovered onion vinegar. But the only problem is when you used to go to chippy and say, can you put me some onion vinegar on? They used to absolutely soak the chips in onion vinegar.
Having vinegar on chips because
and it was so much so that by the time you got home, the vinegar were leaking and it would go in everywhere. All it is, Crypto, is they used to sell pickled onions in the chippy. Now they used to save the vinegar from the pickled onions because it was somewhat different to the normal vinegar that they use. So yeah. But yeah, I like vinegar on my chips, but same as Bria says, I can't be doing with swimming chips. No. No. But no. All right, just a bit here and there, but no, I don't like. How can I put it? I don't like it to overpower the flavour of the chips, which it will do if you've drowned your chips in vinegar. That should be done now, and yes, it should still wobble in the middle. Well, that's Buddy.
Yeah, he's doing my buddy head in, Jeanette. He's had some food, he's had his water. Don't know how many times he's been out. And he keeps on going that with his head, side to side. So it's like these ears again. Or he wants to go
It says
back
bake
out.
for 20 minutes or until it's slightly wobbly in the middle.
I'll have a look. Where's them gloves? Right, shut up now. Go in the cooker.
Are you ready, baby? Yeah. Yes. And it says between 10 and 12 minutes. So if we go in middle and do 11. That might have to go back in yet, so we'll see. Because it says it with a eh? Oh yeah, I think that's done. It says there's not even a wobble in middle.
No, mine's not wobbling neither.
Get your phone ready, man.
Hang on, I've already see you. Yeah, Chris says it's not even wobbling in middle. Yeah.
Mine's a nice golden browny colour.
So yeah, it's not even got a slight wobble look.
Right, I'm just gonna.
And is this the one what you put in the white melted chocolate
Yes.
on top? Right, because I saved 50 grams for it.
Yeah, I've got some held back here, Tracy, to put in me. Yes, I do have chips with my vinegar. I do like scraps with my chips, but can't scrap. Oh, you can't get them in Scotland. Tim's chips like being at a spa having a salt bath. I mean, to me, if you go overboard either with salt or vinegar, it's spoiling the flavour of the chips. To me. And yeah, when we were kids, you know.
What do you say these are going on for 11 minutes?
11, yeah. Because it says between 10 and 12. So I went in middle and done that at 11. So, when we were kids, we used to have, you know, if they'd got any scraps, you know, we used to say, can you bring us some scraps in?
Yeah, scraps. Some people of different parts, like Leicester, where I lived once, years ago, and I asked for scraps, I didn't know what I was talking about. I said, you know, batter bits.
Batter bits, yeah.
Oh, why don't you say bits then? I said, well, I know my scraps.
Yeah, I mean, I think in different regions they call different things, but I'm either batter bits or scraps. Yeah, exactly, Bria. If you're soaking them in vinegar and soaking them in salt, you can't taste the chips. But yeah, I'm pleased with that, Tracy. And it says a slight wobble, but there ain't no wobble at all.
And I put one of them things in, you know, to see if it were cooked or not. It were all cooked. Right, come on, let's get you out.
Baby, you know where I says no, I need this to be cooled down. It's got to be cool complete. Well, it does say completely, but it don't matter. I was going to say put fan on because it's got to be cooled down. Yes. I'm going to say plug it in here. Is that on oscillate? I think it's trying to move.
No.
But yeah.
You can see mine, Jeanette. Look, see
Yeah.
my cooking. I put white on.
Well, I've this blondie. I've moved it close to the fan. Chris has put my fan on, so it cools down.
Right.
But yeah, I
Go back
mean,
in there now.
either Chris or Callum, their favourites is battered sausage.
Johnny gets a battered sausage and a fish.
It's like I've got fancy a battered sausage.
I like a fish cake.
We've had fish cakes for tea, Tracy.
Where it's got a potato and fish it middle.
This one up here, I mean, it's closed now. Everything's
cake.
closing as we had a dentist that closed down. You know what I mean? Chip shop's closed now, and they made the best Yorkshire fish cakes. Not these, you know, crap that you get.
I don't like that all mushed up stuff.
This,
it's got to be,
you know, this is more fish than potato. You know what I mean? Honestly, and Bella and Baz come one week, and we says you've got to try them fish cakes from Chippy. And Baz says, I've never tasted, don't like it. He says, can I go up and get about half a dozen and take them back with me? Yeah.
I have to find something to sit on now. Got that laptop.
Apparently, Tracy, the guy that run this chippy up here has opened a chippy in Bridlington. He'd gone over to Bridlington and opened a chippy up there. Exact location, I don't know. But I think Warwick Way.
I've got a nice chip shop down our end what does fish cakes, but like you said, if yours, I'll have to try one from your end when I come.
Well, I mean, you'll have a job, Tracy, because it's shut shop and moved to Brid. Yeah. Sure. But I think Warwick Way, where the location is, it's, how can I put it? It's all right for locals, but it's out of way. So I think you weren't getting a lot of, you know, and it was struggling. And then I don't know what happened, but he ended up going in hospital, and he never reopened it. So, and then the next thing I know, it put a thing on Facebook saying, I think it Norfolk Park Fisheries or something it were called, will no longer be trading. I'm moving. I've bought a business in Bridlington, so that were it. That were no more chip shop either. And it were ideal for us because it's just up road.
Yeah. Ooh. I might be able to fit one more on that tray.
Mine only did 9. Mine only did 9, and I thought,
well, I've got 5.
Yeah, I got 8 on tray, and I thought, well, I'm not going to put just one in oven. So I jiggled them about a bit and managed to fit it on, but. But yeah, you know, it's one of them things, you know. I mean, you can't blame the fella if he weren't getting the trade. You know what I mean? You can't blame the fella. Now Bridlington, he'll probably do a roaring trade. But yeah, he put it on Facebook that since me recent health scare and all this, that, and other, we've decided to close the chippy down, and we're moving to a chippy in Bridlington. That's all I know. So But yeah, the fish cakes were absolutely gorgeous. I always used to have one on a bread cake, and that were it.
Oh, yeah, fish
I
cake putty.
didn't have no chips or anything, and that I couldn't eat all that. You know what I mean?
No.
I couldn't eat all that.
When we have the chip shop, Jeanette, Keena, she used to have a small fish, and then she could eat that straight away and still want some more. So now she has a regular fish. Cost me a fortune, she does.
You see, I can only eat a regular fish if I'm having some.
Yeah,
If I'm having some
she
chips with
does
it,
regular fish in a
you
bread
know, I
cake.
just have a handful of chips and a small fish if they've got them. If not, I have medium one.
Yeah. Do you know them bread cakes look like a finger? Instead of it being
Oh yeah,
round,
they
they're like
like
finger bread
but
cakes. And then they put the fish
hot
inside it.
cross hot dog buns. You mean?
Yeah, but it's more wider, so your fish can go inside.
Oh, you mean a
You
baguette?
don't have to break
You
the
mean a
fish up.
baguette, don't you?
No, because it's not as hard as it's just like a bread cake softness, but instead of it being round, it's not plumb one like you can put an hot dog in, but they put the fish inside so they don't break it in half.
Ah, right, yeah.
Sticking your round bread cake if you're just getting a fish butter, what they call it, half fish shop.
I mean, I
Yeah,
did
the
mention
long
earlier on,
bread
Tracy,
cake.
I don't know what you're doing next week, but we're on holiday. So,
Oh yeah, you
yeah.
said you were on holiday. Yeah. I don't know. I might bake on my own, or I might just give it a miss.
Okie dokie.
Because it's not because of the I don't want to bake. Ailey comes home Friday again, but she goes back home Tuesday.
Yeah.
Depending how I feel after I've had her here for them few days, getting off.
Yeah, yeah. I totally understand. I just thought I'd mention it to you that, yeah, don't forget we're away next week.
But I might do a bit because, like I said, she goes home Tuesday. She sets off around about morning time anyway. Then she goes to Farad's first to get all the things together, and he takes her to the train station.
So has Little gone back now then?
Yeah, we took him back yesterday. That's where I forgot all about your live yesterday. So if I remembered, I could have come in chat to say hello or even come up on your panel.
Baby,
I went to bed.
they ready? Or they should be ready.
I'm not ready for bringing. Wait a minute. Just move that cigar over there.
Them cookies should be ready.
Can't get them out.
What's that, Bria? A bucket and a wave? Chris is walking towards the front door. Look at them. I think you can say that they done.
Yeah, that's the browning underneath, aren't they? So no, fine, yeah.
Yeah.
Another tray.
There you go.
Yeah.
Great then. Yes, I think they. I think you can safely say that they done.
Yeah, I might have to take them off and put them on this plate.
Oh, bucket of water. Oh, yeah, I get you now. Ow. You can't really see in sort of unless I hold them up in light. They look lovely. They perfect. They are. I were a bit apprehensive with the mixture being a bit wet, but yeah, satisfied with them.
There's my first 4.
Very nice.
I'm going to put this mix on now onto it.
I think you can safely say that they cooked, Tracy. I think we just called that one right at 11 minutes.
Yeah.
Don't want to know, Tim. Don't want to know.
Oh dear, what the hell are you doing? Come out. It's in there. You're going the wrong way. Get in there. Get in. Right. Get back. You're not coming back out. Stay there. Yeah. Oh. It's like a full-time job with him being blind.
I'm going to say he's a bit in a bugger.
Yeah. Trying to get in his bed but going through other side when it's not an opening there.
Hiya, Ruby. How are you? So,
Hey,
yeah.
Ruby.
This is the gingerbread blondie, and these are the banana bread cookies. It's called Jeff. What's Jeff? Oh, yeah. I get you now. Too much info, crypto. Too much info. Baby, you know when you're ready. I want you to melt me this chocolate, please. So yeah, this is a bit more than 50 grams because this is what I'd got left, if you know what I mean, once I'd weighed all others out, and so I think it might be more. So yeah,
I might have got mine, Jeanette, like you, if I made them other 4 a bit smaller, a bit out of each, but I've got another 4 out of the mix.
What we've got to do now is Chris is going to melt the white chocolate that we're going to put on here. Obviously, you've got to weigh it until, you know, everything's set and everything before you cut it up.
Where's that bit of chocolate? I've got 50 grams of white chocolate and then I've got a few milk chocolate left. Could I mix them together?
Yeah, I can't see no reason why not.
That's the biggest square tin because I don't know if I'll have enough.
I mean, all you've got to do is melt it, and I'm putting mine in a piping bag and just, you know.
Yeah, I'm just going to melt it and then I'll just pour it.
But yeah, Chris, Callum will probably have something to say because it's only made 9 cookies. But had we known, we could have doubled the recipe and made probably 18 or something like that. But
if mine, like I said, if mine get eaten up and they don't get no waste, I can always make some
yeah,
more.
that's it. That's it. But I'm sort of scratching my head. I want to make some for when we go away, like in cookie direction. So I don't. Yeah. Lemon drizzle cookies.
Look, you can
but anyways, let me say, we always. I kind of put it. We always like something to munch on when we're going down it. Even though it says it's. What? How long did it say? How long did it say? Yeah, 2 hours and 8 minutes, I think, didn't it say? But yeah,
where are you going?
We're going to Aisham, and it's just outside Morecambe. So we're going to Morecambe. But I was saying last night as well, Chris has always wanted to go to the Lake District. Now, that cottages.com, I typed that in and we found the absolute ideal place, and it's a bungalow. And that's what to look like just on the board. Well, it's in a place called Cockermouth, which is part of Lake District.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're on about paying a deposit.
2 years ago when I was a kid, went to a place with
We're on about sort of putting a deposit down on that one and going in May next year.
Oh, lovely.
So, yeah, we found, when Chris, it's same as I say, we were talking, we were having conversations about it, and Chris said, you know, at some point I want to go to Lake District. So I went on that cottages.com and I typed in, you know, the three of us and a dog and blah, 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 blah. And it came up with this. And the best thing about it is it's not all that dear either in May. So it's it looks ideal. Obviously, a bungalow is ideal for myself.
Yeah. It is for you. You have to climb up steps to go to the bedroom.
Pardon?
I said it'll be ideal for you. You have to climb up steps to go to the bedroom.
That's it.
Normal floor.
Well.
Right, stop it. I want it a bit more.
I'd put it in for a minute.
A minute?
Well, 30 seconds, 20 seconds, I don't know. But yeah, that's the reason why we've gone in a caravan. But yeah, we were in pieces last week, Tracy. But yeah, you see, I always said, Johnny, that when my mum passed away, that we we're going to go to somewhere different every year. Now, we're going to Morecambe this year. I've never been to Morecambe. And Chris, same as the same, we're having a conversation.
Lake District next year, year after that, Scotland. Pop in Tim's for a cup of tea.
You'll like it, Morecambe.
So yeah, so when you mentioned Lake District, I just typed it to that cottages.com, and then it tells you dates, well, asks you dates and how many's going, and this bungalow come up, and to me, I mean, how can I put it? It's not a modern-ish bungalow, but it's like the one you went in where it's got conservatory. You know, and it weren't a bad price. So I says to Chris, says, right, I'm getting a deposit paid on that, and we're going to book it for May next year.
Yeah, we liked it in that cottage. I didn't want to come home. It was lovely. It had like a separate games room.
Yeah,
that's in there, and load of games, you know, board games for kids and stuff.
Yeah.
So I says to Keen, if you want to play with any games, you leave them in that games room because I am cleaning up after you. And when you get one out, you put it away after you.
You know what Chris says to me today? Because we were talking about, you know, getting deposit paid on this bungalow, and he says, "Can you book 2 years in advance?" I went, "Can't see why not."
I says to Johnny, he wants to go back next year to the cottage.
But yeah, he says after Lake District, he says, I want to go to Scotland. So yeah, he's thinking well ahead, he is. So I says, let's get this holiday over first. I says, and if we pay a deposit on that bungalow, that's next year's book. You know, don't sort of get ahead of yourself. Do you want to
Well, that's white chocolate and milk chocolate together. It's gone like creamy colour.
It's all right.
All right.
Yeah, it'll do. I have to cut a bigger thing off at tip of me. Yeah.
He's over there somewhere.
But yeah, just wants to come up Scotland, Tim. That's
Yeah,
his
me and
next.
Johnny went to Scotland last time, but we didn't go where Timwell went to Glasgow Park.
I've been to Scotland before, but we're all to
I've never been to Scotland. That's one place I've never
Is
been.
it Parkhead?
Oh.
By the way, that's hot.
But yeah, I've never been to Scotland. I've never been to. Oh, just having said
We
that,
stayed in like an hotel.
you know, when I were a
on
kid,
Pine Street of Scotland.
you know when I were a kid, we used to go to Skegness every year in a caravan, and that were it. You know what I mean? My mum and dad wouldn't go anywhere. Oh, right.
Bloody, will you shut up? You're drawing me bloody head in.
You know what I mean? So I've never gone anywhere, if you know what I mean, other than Skegness.
You'll
Since
like
my mum,
it.
since my
But
mum
Mark
passed
doesn't.
away, you know, we've been Isle of Wight, we've been everywhere.
Yeah.
And that's one thing we always said, that when my mum passed, that we'd go somewhere different every year. Yeah. I mean, we're talking. He's wanting to go to Lake District next year, so it not be this year or next year, Tim. So yeah, it's quite a bit, you know. Quite
Johnny
a bit.
took a picture of me outside a pound shop in Scotland, Glasgow, and it said it on window, Glasgow.
But yeah, you know, same as I say, I sent it to Chris and I went, oh, I found an ideal place. I says it's a little bungalow. I says it's in Lake District. I says it's ideal. I says it's a bungalow. You know, no climbing, no stairs or anything.
Bloody, will you shut up? Anyone think that you're starving or something? Don't worry, he's being fed, everybody, just a pain in the bum. I might put some chocolate bits on top.
Well, I'll tell you, Bria, if we come across any. So yeah, so that's the gingerbread blondie. Tracy's not. I've just put mine in a piping bag and.
I'll just put mine on with this thingy, but I'm just going to stick some of these on top, I think. What the hell, dog? All right.
Bless him.
What's the matter? Do you know if I'm not in this kitchen, don't you, and I'm upstairs, or I've gone out for a bit, Johnny said you don't hear a murmur out of him. He knows when I'm back in this kitchen, he wants to come out of his little bed. Because obviously, we've got a dog cage. So on a night time, when I'm in bed, I shut it up so he's in there. Because I can let him out hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times, Jeanette. But he'll still sometimes have a slip up, an odd accident, and I don't want him doing that. So dogs don't have an accident where they sleep, do they?
Say that again, Tracy. Dogs don't have an accident when they sleep.
No.
Not normally, no.
No, what I'm meaning is, on a night time when we go to sleep, because before we got this dog cage, he wanders around the kitchen, and then on the morning, if he's had an accident, like an odd wee, he always seems to go over near my door where my living room is, and I can't see it or keen it, and then you walk into the kitchen into a little pool of
Well, at
pee.
least, you know,
But
with...
I don't want that for my new tiles. So we've got a dog cage. He goes out, and I don't go to bed well about 1:30, sometimes 2:00. And I always let him out last thing before I go to sleep, and he does it a wee outside. And I put him in his little cage. And I said it'll be handy on a Tuesday as well when I'm baking, because sometimes I can't. If I'm turning round with a knock tray, I'm tripping over the dog nearly because he lays near my feet.
Now,
He's all for me.
this is going to make you laugh.
He won't lay in front of Johnny's feet, but he'll lay in front of mine.
Chris always says when we ready to go to bed, and he'll go, oh, you know, like pretends to yawn, and that he knows that's his cue to go out for his last wee outside.
Yeah.
Ever so funny, you know. And if you happen to yawn properly, he's looking at you as if to say, well, that's a bit early. But yeah, when we getting ready to go to bed, Chris will go, oh, and our biscuit knows that looks nice, Trey.
I just put a few little chocolate sprinkles on top.
But
my own little way.
Thank you very much, Ruby.
That's my thingy, and then I'm just going to get my other cookies out of oven.
Well, I'm just going to put the link in chat. We're going to open the panel up, so if you're still around, Kaz, yeah. But I'm sorry, I couldn't let you up on panel because me and Tracy were starting to bake. So, So I've pinned the message. Anybody want to come up on panel, you're welcome to do so. Bet any money, our Callum says, is that it? They only made 9. Bet any money.
All right, dog. I would do apologise. There's a bit background if anyone wanted to watch us, like view it.
Thanks, Crypto.
Background.
Yeah, I think Callum will have to something to say that there's only 9 cookies, but hey ho. Hey up. I think what I might do, Tracy, is I might make, if they're all right, I might make some to take with us, but like you use milk chocolate chips, because I've still got some bananas left, because in our Asda they don't sell anything separately, you know, like lemons, oranges and bananas. You've got to get them in a bunch.
Yeah. Well, our Morrison's down there, they have like a different little box in the shelf, and it's for kids really. It says free fruit. They have bananas, oranges, apples. So I thought, oh, there's some bananas there. So I took 2 small ones, and Keena got one to eat on the way round. So yeah, I didn't have to pay for bananas. I got them free out of Morrison's.
That's as banana cookies. There's banana bread cookies, and that is our gingerbread blondies. Johnny says, put him outside. It's not cold. I can hear him from here. So yeah, Callum
Johnny, why don't you just go to garden pack?
Callum probably has something to say because it's only made 9 cookies. But if I do make some more at weekend, I think I might double up with the ingredients so it makes a few.
Yeah. There's all my cookies, everybody. Mine are a bit golden than yours, Jeanette. I don't know why, but they are.
They look nice anyway. In the UK, doesn't they shall buy weight like us.
Look at them, Jeanette.
Well, they look all right, Tracy.
This camera's a bit cockeyed.
He needs a woodshed treatment. What's that? But yeah, I mean, down here, it's what we call our local shop is Asda, but it's only a small Asda. It's your Walmart. And in the fruit section, it's like lemons. They only sell them in these like mesh things. And he got me oranges, and he had to buy I only needed one orange, so he had to buy me, I think there were about 4 or 5 in one of these mesh things. Now, bananas, I don't know whether they get weighed or whatever, but you can't just buy one banana. Crypto says she'll have one, Tracy. Her mouth's already open.
Yeah, then, love. Take your pick.
But yeah, I think what I'll, if I make some at weekend to take with us, I might make some.
I might make some more.
In fact, I might make 2 lots, one white chocolate and one milk chocolate.
Right.
I don't know yet. Make a mixture, one with milk chocolate chips and one with white chocolate chips, eh?
Yeah, next time if I make some more, I might go opposite and try and make white chocolate.
But yeah, I mean, we always like to, have a little bit of a snack while we're going down there.
I can't wait to taste that one, though.
Yeah, the blondie.
Have you put yours in the fridge for that chocolate to set? Or are you just going to leave it?
It probably will do.
Yeah.
Christmas washing pots, I think, at the moment.
Yeah, I'm going to wash mine after we take live off.
But yeah, I mean, really, it only needs going in the fridge to let the chocolate set.
Yeah.
Not for any other reason.
Because I don't want it to go too rock hard, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. I mean, it's entirely up to you. It'll set either way, Tracy, if you don't put it in the fridge.
I always have to cover them up.
Hey, Tim, you'll be lucky. I'm expecting our Callum moaning saying, why is there only 9? But, I mean, let's just say this has been a trial run. If they're all right, I'll do some to take with us at the weekend, because I've still got some bananas, even though the first lot I mashed went.
Do you know what you could do, Jeanette? But you're probably going to say you're joking, aren't you? You could save all that for weekend. Then you don't have to bake anymore.
Yeah. Do you see that happening?
I'm ready for the weekend. You're going to put it in freezer.
Link up, Richard, if you want to.
That was funny, wasn't it?
Yeah, that were a laugh a minute, that were, Tracy. Can you imagine telling our Callum, no, he can't have any, I'm saving them for the weekend?
You're taking him away. Just say we're taking him away with us.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I know what his reply would be. We can make some more. I know. I can read him like a book, Tracy, and I know that's what he'd say. Oh, he can make some more.
All right now, buddy, you're doing me boxing. Jesus, can't think for you. Come out. No, we go.
Oh dear, our biscuits lay in his bed fast asleep.
There's nothing else. You're not getting no else. You've been had your food. Wrong way. Look at this little one.
It being a pain in the bum, buddy.
It just fits under my arm.
Johnny says,
I wouldn't be able to
pull the old git out and show.
I'm putting him out. You watch, he'll scratch up door into him. It's to come back in.
Hello, how are we doing?
Hey, you've got problems, Richard, with me.
Tell me about it.
All the way through, Buddy's been whining. So Johnny's just said, "Shut the old guitar and shut the door." Bless him.
I'm just saying, Jeanette, if you were a big dog like your biscuit, blind, there's no way I'd be able to carry him out.
No. You see, we contemplating how we're going to get Biscuit in car. You know, we might have to use the old towel method. You know what I mean? Put a towel underneath him and like, well, Chris is. I ain't lifting him. No way. Tracy says, yes, please. Tracy says, tell our Callum we're saving them for when we go away. I says, yeah, right. Can you imagine it?
Weekend.
I know what he'd say.
It started happening, didn't it?
No, it turned around and say, well, you can bake some more. It's a walk-in rug.
That's my breakfast.
But yeah, he's going to moan that there's only 9 cookies to start with, Tracy. And am I saying saving them, you know? But yeah, I mean, if they go down well, I might make some at weekend because I've got to use them bananas, but use milk chocolate. Well, I might make one lot with white chocolate and one with milk chocolate. So, got to have some munchies on while you're driving, aren't you, Richard?
Correct, definitely. Yeah, if you're going on your jollies, you need a bit of a picnic en route.
Yeah,
definitely, without a doubt.
But yeah.
How's it going, Tracy? All right?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm going to call Jeanette then. I'm all right, Richard. Yeah.
Hello, Crypto.
I am now had all that sleep. God, I can't believe it. Went to bed yesterday afternoon after dropping Khalid, to Barrett the baby off to Barrett to his mum. We got back here for about, I'd say roughly, because we dropped him at 3. So we got back here for about just after 3:30, 20 to 4. I were in bed straight away as soon as I come back because I fell asleep in car. So I said, I'm going back upstairs for an hour. He said, I know you would, you deserve it, love. He didn't even wake me up at all. I woke up myself at 9 o'clock or 9:30 at night. And then I only stayed down here for about an hour. Then I went back to sleep.
Hey, you must have needed it.
But that's, you know, I mean.
I woke up in a daze. I didn't realise that it was Monday for Jeanette's live. And I'm sat in the kitchen twiddling my thumbs, wondering what I can do, you know, because I listen out for baby even though he wasn't here.
Hi, Tommy.
Hello, Tommy. How are we doing?
Hi, Tommy.
But that's having a young baby around, Tracy.
Yeah, I've had him since Wednesday.
It depletes your sleep schedule.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
When she went back there, what day would it have been? I think it was Monday. He had him from Monday to Wednesday. But like he said, the way Khalid is with his autism, he has to keep an eye on him because he pushes Kalana over and hurts her. And at the same time, seeing if baby wants out dealing with, you know, like changing off.
I mean, it's a lot to deal with three young ones.
Hey up, Johnny. You'll be getting a parcel this week, Johnny. And Chris will be getting one as well. You'll both be getting one.
I've got a good one for you, right? Yeah. You know that socket, the one behind the washing machine, that all burnt out?
Yeah.
Chris put a request in to come out to it. Not heard a thing from him since. He got an email this morning. Guess when they're coming?
Next week when you're not there.
Tuesday. So Chris says, he says, right. He tried ringing them today, but it says something like, oh, the standard wait for a caller to well, wherever it.
Well,
they
before
say.
it finished the sentence, I hung
Yeah.
up.
And Chris says, well, isn't that typical? He says, I'm waiting all this time. He says, for him to get back to me to do this repair. He says, and the sods are coming next week.
That's ridiculous.
While we're on holiday.
Ridiculous.
He says it's typical, isn't it?
Useless, absolutely useless.
No. While I remember, I'll tell you that. And how long ago is it since it happened?
Yeah.
About a month.
You need to try and get to the root of the problem, why it's happening. Something not right somewhere. It's like the washing machine's drawing too much power somewhere along the line.
Bad enough working.
I mean, I've seen it happen before that quite often, but it's been in houses where the washing machine is constantly on all day. I mean, it's not constantly on all day, is it? Do you use it daily?
I think it's like every other day.
Yeah.
It's like every other day. It's not on every day.
I know I was when we lived at home. It never burnt out, but when I come to swap washing machine for another one, I noticed around the live pin it was brown. You know.
But no, it's not. It's not on. It's not even on every day.
No.
You know, sometimes it might be every other day or every couple of days.
You know, I've seen it happen it's quite a common thing when the washer is constantly on all the time.
Tommy says someone didn't tighten the neutral when they installed that socket.
That's quite possible again, but again.
Honest to God, Tommy, if you've seen them, they were like two kids. Yeah. They were youngsters. And it were like they were, you know.
I'm pointing to all this one. Is it you big guy then? This is no he is. I'm understood it.
See, when I was doing it, I only noticed it because we got a new washer and it were the pin where the live goes in. So what I did is I pulled the wire out the back, got rid of the wire, and I took a feed off where the cooker got its feed from, which is a much thicker wire.
But yeah,
you know what I mean.
Since they've done that kitchen, it's been nothing but a problem. This is the third time we've had them out to the sockets. Now, the older gentleman that came out last time, he was very thorough, put new sockets in, new back boxes, new everything.
Yeah.
But that is, I don't know.
See, that won't. You can change socket and change it. If it's drawing too many amps for whatever reason, it doesn't matter what you do. You know what I mean?
But yeah, we never had a problem with it until we had that new kitchen in, and they rewired all sockets and put new sockets and light switches and whatever in.
Another problem they create washing machines. They've got the hot feed on them. So they're drawing a lot more amps because they're having to warm water up. You know, you go and buy a new washer now, you can't get one with a hot feed now.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you can't get them now with a hot feed.
It's just a blue.
You know, so they're using a lot of power to warm the water up initially. It's in essence a bloody kettle. You know what I mean? It's anything with an element in your house burns electric. It's as simple as that.
But yeah.
But when we used to have hot feed washers, they didn't draw nowhere near as much electric. I just don't understand. Well, I do. They just because it's cheaper to make.
Because most of washers nowadays heat the water.
Correct. You know. You can't get a hot feed washer now.
No. Because my mum bought a new washer, right? And she says, well, there's only one pipe.
Yeah, they're all like that now.
I says to my mum, I says, that's how they are nowadays. I says, most washing machines nowadays just have a pipe to the cold. I says, and when it fills up, I says, that heats the water up.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous.
What?
It was the most stupidest thing they ever did, that, get rid of the hot feed. It was just stupid.
But I mean, obviously, my mum were like old school, if you know what I mean, and she'd always been used. I mean, like after she had a twin tub, she went on to an automatic machine, but then they've got both the red and the blue pipes. Yeah. Well, so then when she purchased a new one, she couldn't understand why there were only one blue pipe.
It's ironic now. You get a new washing machine, and they've still got the 2 holes in, but one's blanked off. You know, so even it shows that it's bollocks. You know, why the hell they got rid of it? No
But
reason whatsoever.
You know, when I sort of,
Stupid.
you know, I had to explain to her for about an hour. They don't make them nowadays.
No, not in UK anyway. I think they still do abroad, but not in UK.
You know, I says here, here, I says it's just the one pipe. I says, and it's always a cold pipe. I says, now that pipe goes to your cold water feed.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like you trying to explain things to your mum, Richard. And I says to her, she says, what do you mean it washes in cold water then? I went, no. I says, it draws cold water into the washing machine. I says, and then internally, the washing machine warms the water up to whatever temperature you've set it to.
Correct. And it's like this bullshit. Another thing they do nowadays, they say Ariel washing powder cleans at 30 degrees. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. It's shit at 30 degrees. It's absolute shit at 30 degrees.
I mean, let's say, for instance, like your work clothes.
Correct.
You get caked in all kinds of stuff.
30. I'm all right now as it is. I can do cool washes now because I've no dirty. You know, when I put my clothes in, they're fairly clean. But on a normal day today, 30 degrees does not wash right.
No. I agree with you there, Richard.
Absolute nonsense. You know, like Tommy says, in fairness, back in nowadays, people used to have immersion heaters, but nobody has an emergency heater nowadays. Very few people have.
Well, very few, yeah.
It only tends to be pensioners and old people who've not had their houses adapted right.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, when my mum had bought a new washing machine, because I think it was when she moved back to Nottinghamshire. That's when she bought a new one, because she bought a new 3-piece and a lot of stuff she bought brand new.
Yeah.
And she couldn't understand why there was one pipe and it were a cold water pipe. I see, you offer my services. It's pimping me out, Richard.
Yeah. And that's another problem that occurs is people tend to have a double socket behind the washing machine, and they've got washer in one socket and dryer in other. Now that is really knocking the shit. That's really drawing the
a single socket behind the tumble dryer, which is about 2-3 foot away from washing machine, and the washing machine is on one single socket.
Yeah. But you'd be amazed, I mean, it's common practice, is that, because washers and dryers tend to be outside of each other in people's houses.
And this is another thing. Sorry to interrupt you, Richard. When that old fella come out, sort electrics out before, he turned around and said, well, he says, don't ever, he says, put your washing machine and your tumble dryer on at the same time.
No.
But the thing is, you've got to wash them first before you dry them, haven't you?
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a no-brainer, really.
Well, no, it is, because you could do a wash, stick it in dryer, have dryer running, and then do another wash. You know what I mean?
But yeah, I know what you're saying, but yeah, I mean...
people who have loads of kids and stuff have probably got them batting away all day long. But,
I mean, there's only us 3. So, in fairness, every other day is, if that, sometimes it might be
I run mine twice a week. It's on now, and I run it. I set it going before I go to bed, and when I get up in the morning, it's all dry, ready to go away.
But you see, Richard's like me, Tommy. He uses them pods. I have them pods.
Yeah,
so it's got everything in them. It's got conditioner, it's got Febreze or whatever it is. It's got the washing powder. It's, the whole package. And I've used them for years, the actual pods. And, depending on what temperature you set it to, this is another thing, Richard. If you put it on a low temperature, them pods come out all gooey and
they don't melt. They don't disperse right.
Yeah, I've had that before.
Yeah.
So you've got to put it on a bit higher temperature So it actually melts them pods.
It's happened to me is that I've done a quick wash. My mine has a 15-minute quick wash on it. When I pull my clothes out, there's been a flipping manky sort of like, I wonder what it was. It just looked like a used condom in the dish machine. I thought, what the hell was that? And it worked.
I'll tell you what I compare it to, like snot on your clothes.
Yeah. And that's the pod.
It's properly off.
But yeah, you've got to have it on a reasonably high temperature.
Or else a good
melt
long wash.
Them pods, aren't you?
When I put mine, like I've just put mine on now, and it's on a full wash and dry, and the clock on it, when I put it on, it said 11.5 hours, which it won't. It doesn't go for 11.5 hours. It's probably about 7 hours it takes it for a full wash and dry, full load wash and dry.
But that's not bad for washing them and drying them.
It's about 7 hours it is. And I do it at this time of night. And when I get up in the morning, it's just finished a reason. Because otherwise, if it finishes during night and you don't go to it for hours, everything's creased out. Yeah.
On bleeps.
You bring it out and it's like cardboard. So, you know, I always try and time it right. So I always put it on at 10 o'clock. But I only run it twice a week.
But yeah.
Not that the electric matters to me here. It don't matter anyway.
But yeah, the same as I say, it's got to be a problem since they rewired the sockets. That's all I can say. We never had a problem with it until they rewired the sockets in the kitchen.
Yeah, true.
And now this will be, I think, 4th time we've had them out, Tracy.
Yeah.
4th time.
And here we go again.
And it's exactly the same thing. It's burning the plug out. I mean, every time we cut a bit of wire off, start afresh, put a brand new plug on it. There's not been any wire left in a bit. We've cut it off that many times.
Yeah. Yeah, what they should do is they should put it.
Should sort electric sockets
Yeah,
out,
they
not your wire.
should. They should. If it's a big issue, they should put a decent wire to the socket. You know what I mean?
But same as I said to Chris, I says they've only got to look back in, you know, the work schedules and whatever to see this is the 4th time that something's gone wrong with the socket.
Yeah. See, I just can't understand why it's drawing so much to burn it. You know what I mean?
I mean, I'm no electrician, so I ain't got a clue.
Neither are they, Mark, isn't it? Yeah.
All they'll do is just come and change sockets again.
Yeah. They're not solving the problem. They're just, you know, papering over cracks, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, they might feel, though, that there's no problem with the socket of the wire, you see. They might think the machine for some.
This is the thing as well, Richard.
Power.
Since that socket, we've been running a extension like one of these.
Yeah.
Not a problem.
No. It's weird.
Not a problem. We've not had no issue, no nothing since we've been running it on an extension just like that.
Yeah. It's very strange.
No problem.
Fingers crossed, Johnny just laid down with his head so he might go to sleep.
You know, we've
now.
not had a problem since we've been using an extension for last month. Not a problem at all.
Yeah.
So it's obviously the socket. It's something to do with that socket.
Yeah. Might be better to put a metal one in, you know, an industrial one. It's behind a washing machine, you can't see it, so it don't matter. Put a steel one in.
But you see, the only problem with running it on an extension, Chris has had to pull the washing machine out.
Yeah.
So you've got a bloody washing machine sticking out about that far, so he can plug it into an extension.
Kill that cat. I don't know what she's doing, but I can hear her.
See you later, Johnny.
Okay.
See you later, Johnny.
But yeah, we've been running that washing machine a month now on an extension, not a problem at all.
No.
And it's same cycle. We use same cycle all the time. No problems.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. But some as I say, Chris has got to get in touch with him and say, well, it's not convenient because we're on holiday.
No.
But when he read that this morning, where he says, isn't that sod's law? He says, we waited about a month for him to get back to us. I mean, who takes a month to do a repair on a socket that's burning out? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm at a loss to understand it. Since he, you know, they probably think, oh God, it's him again. You know what I mean? I don't know. Same problem, you know, blah, 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 blah. He's not heard anything since he actually reported the repair. Nothing, not a sausage.
No.
And then he gets that this morning. So
Bastards.
I know. Oh dear.
See, the first time they might have not put a wire in right, you know, might have left it a bit loose or something, but not all these times. They can't be doing it every time.
It's his fourth time.
Some of these electricians are a bit lazy, you know what I mean? They just strip wire and shove it in.
You see that him that come out last time,
or anything.
that oldish fella, he were very thorough. And he went round all socket because he said, oh, I solved the problem in kitchen because it was tripping out.
Yeah.
He says, oh, I've solved your problem in kitchen. He says, but it's showing a problem in your living room now. And he went round all sockets, and he seems to think that between Chris's computer and that switch for outside light, he says, I think there's a break in wire. So, but that's all he said. He didn't say, oh, well, I'll report it and get somebody to come out and sort it for you. But
it's like at work when we use grinders and drills at work. I mean, grinders get hammered. They do all grinders on benches. Fuses blowing all the time because they get battered. So we just take fuse out and bypass it. You know what I mean?
but it's not council, Tim. It's a housing association.
Yeah. You think they'd do it right?
Oh, we've found something else. That, you know, that Aaron who we caught Pallant Man, I reckon, you know, he's a Billy liar. You know what the palaver?
Yeah, with the drinking and driving and all that.
Well, Chris seen him, I think it was day after, and he says they were out at 3 o'clock in the morning. He says they even brought him home and all this, that, and other. And he says, so what's happening then? He says, well, they ain't got no Tommy. Right? Ain't got no ton on him. And then he seen Chris other day, and he told him, he says, my court date's in October.
All right.
So
I thought they didn't have anything on him.
Exactly. So Chris says, he says, when I talk to him, he says, I take whatever he says with a pinch of salt.
Yeah.
He reckons they hadn't got no ton him yet. He's in court.
You don't know why all the time. You need a damn good memory.
Yeah. But you see, he probably forgets that he told Chris the day after that, you know, they hadn't got no on him. But then, yeah, he bumped into him other day and he says, I'm up in court in October. So, same as I says to Chris, them that drink and drive deserve everything that they get. I'm afraid. You know, Chris has never, ever drunk and drive. Well, drank, you know. I said you've never, ever had a drink when you know you're driving. Even when he's going out with Joan next morning, he's not having a drink night before.
No.
But, you know.
Foster bought there other day.
Yeah, Saturday.
Yeah.
And it's like, you think how many people's lives drunk drivers have you know, have caused.
Oh, yeah.
accidents.
Drunk drivers, drug drivers, mobile phone users.
Yeah. So, but that's one thing Chris will not do. He will not have a drink if he knows he's driving, even next morning. Even though it probably go out your system by then, but no, he'd never. If he knows he's going out with Drone or he's going out with other fellas, he'll not have a drink night before at all. So, you know, you've got people that are responsible, and then you've got people that are irresponsible. And he seems to be one of them. He seemed to think that it were no biggie that he got in his car after he'd had some cans of beer to go to the shop for some more beer.
Yeah.
You know, to him, to him it were, oh, you know, and went to the shop. It don't matter where you go. If you get behind the wheel when you've had a drink, you don't know, your responses aren't on top form. And yeah, it only takes somebody to step out or whatever, and that's it. Yep, that's one thing about caravan crypto. When you wake up in the morning at God knows what time and you hear pitter patter of tiny feet and it's bloody seagulls on your caravan. Mind you, having said that, the caravan that we go in, it's got like one of them roofs. So, I mean, they're not be tippy tapping on our roof. Not unless they go, wee!
Yeah, I remember when I went to Scotland, I had them bloody things dancing all frigging night. 6 hours they were at it. Like,
they managed to one night.
And bloody pine martin things scurrying about top roof all night.
I had to laugh at that.
I felt like I were being invaded by ferrets.
Yeah.
Outstanding repairs. No.
What? But yeah, you know what I mean? He went on the Monday and I messaged him and I says, how's it going? He says, I'm back home now. That was next day.
1 night was enough for me, and I paid for 5 nights. 1 night was enough.
He thought there were gonna be an axe murderer come running out it.
I didn't feel good up there on my own. I was the only person for 17 miles in any direction, and I weren't comfy with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I sat there watching my iPad, watching bloody Vera on my iPad, and that was some lunatic roaming in the forest. I thought, great, that made me feel better. Some lunatic roaming around the Northumberland hills. The only thing that amazed me about that, I had a really good mobile phone signal, and there was no civilization for 17 miles in any direction you looked, and yet my signal were brilliant.
And no toilet.
No, there were toilets. We had to walk down a load of like little path, but when I was the only person there, it weren't worth bothering. I just used to walk out onto my veranda and hike at the edge. So nobody else there. I was the only resident.
Yeah. I mean, there were nobody that, you know, were going to complain that you were flashing or anything because there were nobody around you.
It was the dead of night, and you could hold your hand out in front of you and you couldn't see it. And that's how dark it were. You couldn't see your hand in front of you.
That's what you get, Richard, when you ask them up with it to book your holiday.
I just said, book us somewhere. I said, just like a bit of a... I said, I don't want anything in a tent, just like a log cabin or somewhere in the middle of nowhere, nice and peaceful. Jesus Christ.
But when you emphasise that out in the middle of nowhere.
That's what I got. That's what I got. Even Guy at petrol station, he says, oh, fire. He says, you're the first person I've seen for days. Nobody comes up here in November. I thought, oh my God, that's a good start.
Oh dear. And then to top it off, she paid for her holiday on your card.
Yeah. That were funny, yeah. A month or so later, I got this bloody thing, booking.com. I thought, I haven't booked another holiday. I thought, bloody hell, and she booked her own holiday and she'd just done it on booking.com and forgot that it was still my card details in. So I ended up paying for her holiday.
You know, to add insult to injury, Richard paid for her holiday and all.
Yeah. Come on, booking.com. Oh, bloody hell, whose holiday am I paid for here? No piss pot needed, you're right there.
I think there's a moral to that story, Richard. You know, in future, book your own holidays so you know exactly where
It
you
would have been better if the days had been different. If it had been, say, a Friday to Monday, because at Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday, the pub were open, the bar pub, because the pub was the post office and a shop during the day, and then it turned into a pub at night. It were all one building. And because I went to look at the sign, I thought, oh, well, at least I can go up pub. And it was a restaurant. I thought, at least I can get something to eat. And then it said only open Friday till Sunday. Oh, bloody hell.
Like you say, I'd only booked one Friday and I'm going home Friday.
Correct. I'm going home on Friday. That's when it opens. So I was sat there with my pot noodle.
I mean, you could put that down to one of the holidays from hell.
Well, I wouldn't say it was from hell. If it just being on your own in that isolation's not good.
No.
You know what I mean? It was.
Especially if you've got them pine martins running about. And,
Yeah, because I didn't know what they were at the time. And then when I left,
runs away with you, doesn't it?
and then when I actually drove off, there was this bloody big thing with antlers stood in road, and I had to wait all that. Like Monica the Glen, it were stood there waiting for. And I thought, oh,
I mean, the scenery sounded all right, but it's just
The lock was from here to my toilet door, away from the front of my cabin. You know what I mean? It was right there because you could hear it swishing about at night. The water swishing up and down. If you'd gone there in summer, it would have been heaving. You know what I mean? It'd been packed. But November, no. If you're into looking at stars, it were brilliant because that's all you could see in the sky were stars and everything. Because there were no street lamps or anything like that. There weren't even tarmac. There were no tarmac. It was a dirt track that led to it. And it went forever, did this dirt track, because I thought, God, I hope I'm going that way here. Went for miles and miles and miles, this just a dirt track. And then I got there and my key rung on a branch. I thought, this is not good.
On a branch.
On a branch, yeah.
I mean, it's them places, same as you say, in summer, I bet it's even.
Oh, in summer, it'd been even because there were loads of barbecues and seats and everything all the way along the lock's edge. Loads of barbecue seats and these campfire things and everything. But I just happened to go when nobody else were there. You know.
Same as I say, I mean, lighter evenings and whatever in summer, I mean, it probably wouldn't have been so bad.
Yeah, because it was dark when I got there. When I arrived, it was dark. And we're there with a torch trying to find where the hell my flipping cabin were.
I mean, the worst one we've had was Bideford Bay. And we went on a campsite. And we supposedly, we went in a chalet type thing. What eating was in the cabin in November?
It was like an electric storage eating thing, you know, I don't know what it was, even an electric thing anyway in the cabin, like an electric storage eater box thing. It was nice and warm. There was no problem there. There was nothing. Cabin was lovely, you know what I mean? It had microwave, fridge, 2 beds. It had a big opening French door at front, and you could walk out onto this veranda thing, and there were a barbecue there were seats, and then you could go down steps, and seats were there right next to lock. Were literally 30 foot away from door. You know, it was really nice, but it was just, unfortunately, because I went like a pillock in November, it went dark at like 3:30 in the afternoon. It goes darker earlier in Scotland as well than what it does down here. So it was pitch black when I got there, and that was that, really. So I was just sat there in my cabin on pot noodles watching Vera and the Mad Axeman.
Yeah, the first one we've had, we went to Bideford Bay, which is down south, down Devon way. And we booked a chalet, and we were going Monday to Friday, and we went off board. So when you booked in they give you these like things for your dinner. Now the place where entertainment were, that were only Wi-Fi we could get. Only in certain places you got to sit in a certain spot. Yeah. And these things that you got to hand into bar when you went for your dinner or your breakfast or whatever. Now we booked into chalet and it were a million miles from anywhere, right up top. And the minute we went in, and it smelled like cat piss.
God.
It stunk. It stunk. So we got straight on blower to, I don't know, housekeeping or whatever. So she says, well, tomorrow, she says, we'll send us cleaners in, and you've got to vacate because it's like I don't know exactly. Yeah, it were like a deep cleaning whatever machine or whatever, but you weren't allowed to be in your chalet, and that's your sole problem. So we went out all day. Next day, come back, could still smell it. I'm like, oh, so much for that. I don't know what it were, Richard. I don't know. It just smelled like cat piss.
You should have got some air fresheners while you're out.
But anyway, so by Thursday we'd had enough, and we come home on Thursday. Didn't stop till Friday.
Yeah.
We'd had enough by.
No, we went Thursday, didn't we?
Yeah, we went home Thursday, and believe it or not, that cost us over $1,000.
Bloody hell. This is the problem. Going this country, it's expensive. It's just as cheap to go abroad if you're going to go anywhere nowadays.
But yeah, that cost us over $1,000, and we said we'd never go with them again. I think what were it? It were Park Resorts, something like that. But we'd never go with them again.
No,
Never go with them again. It were
not for that price for you to say. Like
it were a disappointment from day one.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, meals weren't no to write home about. We says, oh, we'll go off board. You know, we ain't got to cook. Yeah, we're in a chalet. You know, we ain't got to cook now, so we'll go off board. But it was basically a disappointment from the day we got there. I mean, and with my disabilities, Chris were having to take me and Callum down in car, go back, take the car back, so we could have a drink of a night. But then we've got to walk it back out. Honestly, I don't know how I managed, because it was that far away, and it was like all uphill on an incline.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Didn't you have your chair then? Your wheelchair then?
Eh?
Didn't you have your wheelchair then?
No, I didn't have a wheelchair. I didn't have only me sticks. But yeah, it was one big disappointment. The only good thing about it is Chris and Callum had always wanted to do water zorbing, and they booked in to do this water zorbing, and it was absolutely fantastic. I never stopped laughing. It's on Chris's channel and it's on Callum's channel. The water zorbing, that was the only good thing about it. So, you know, when you say what I liked to your holiday, that was it. That was the one and only. You know what I mean? Everything else were a big disappointment. But we envisaged, when we complained about that smell, and they come and supposedly rectified it, that they'd move us, but they didn't.
I demanded a move.
Yeah, but yeah, we expected them moving. Well, can't you move us to another chalet? I'm sorry, everything's fully booked up. Yeah, right.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't move you into somewhere else, you know.
Yeah, we asked to be moved. Because I says, well, look, I says, you've been out supposedly to, you know, get shut of this smell. I says, but nothing's changed. I says, it's still there. And it's sent. I'll tell you where it's sent, where it were.
Sorry.
You know.
Realise that one.
Just as you went into the bathroom. So whether somebody had hit themselves, you know, been on sherbets and, you know, couldn't quite make it to the bathroom, I don't know. But that's basically where the smell were coming from. And it was the carpet, it were carpeted, you see. So yeah, I think somebody had pissed themselves and not bothered trying to, you know, get it sorted. But anyway, even they didn't sort it.
Touch wood, I've never really had one that's been bad. The one that were annoying, we went down somewhere on the South Coast, somewhere beginning with B. It was like Cornwall way, and it began with B. And on Google Earth, it looked really nice. And when we got there, it was nice, and it was right next to the sea. We're right next to beachfront. But then when you actually went to beach, you had to walk down about 400 wooden steps down the Bloody hell, which were no problem going down. But when you've been messing
all right, going down, it's coming back. That's
correct. When you've been messing, it was this cove, and it was really nice, the cove. But to actually get to it, you had to go down all these steps, and you saw people walking up as you were going down. They were like dying of heart attacks coming back up, you know. And bloody hell, that's going to be us later on.
Yeah.
Right, a killer. Can't remember the name of the place. Began with B. It were near Paynton. Near Paynton it were, and it began with B. The name of the place.
Breer should know if anybody.
Yeah, Brixham. That's it. Brixham. That's the one. And it were one of these static caravan sites. Really nice. There were no wrong at caravan site. It had entertainment and everything. That was brilliant. And I said, come on, we'll go beach, like, because we knew it were only a few yards away, which it was, as if you look down directly from above like I did on Google Earth. I should have done the old angle, and you walk down this little path through these trees. You could see, and then there were a set of wooden steps that went down in a zigzag all the way down this cliff face. God, there were hundreds of them. There were hundreds. It was like them steps at Whitby Abbey. Bloody hell. They're a killer.
99, isn't they? Is it 99?
There's a lot, but it was similar to that. We're a killer.
Anyway, guys, I'm going to get going. Obviously, there'll not be no baking next week unless Tracy bakes. Because obviously we'll be on as Ollie Bobs. So I'll see you Thursday this week. I'm going live Thursday this week. And then after that, I don't know, whenever you see me. So I'll see you all on the next one, guys, on Thursday.
Bye, say bye, everybody.
Bye.
If I do go to bake, Jeanette, I'll put it up.
Hey?
If I do go to bake, I'll get Johnny to help me to put it up.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody in chat.